Ancient wisdom warns us that danger often comes from unexpected places, and in our hyper-connected world, this truth has never been more relevant. Let me share something that might surprise you. According to recent cybersecurity data, 82% of data breaches involve what's called the human element, rather than sophisticated hacking.
That's a fascinating statistic. How does this ancient warning about hidden dangers translate to our modern digital lives?
Well, think about this. While we're all worried about mysterious hackers in dark rooms, the biggest threats often come from seemingly innocent sources. Like that study from MIT that showed how 94% of successful cyber attacks start with a deceptively simple email from what appears to be a trusted source.
That reminds me of the recent case where a major tech company lost millions, not to hackers, but to an employee who accidentally shared credentials in a phishing scam.
Exactly. And you know what's really interesting? Religious texts across cultures have been warning about this pattern for millennia. The Bible specifically mentions how threats often come from within our trusted circles, and ancient Buddhist texts speak about the importance of mindful awareness in all directions.
So how do we apply this timeless wisdom in our modern context without becoming paranoid?
Well, research from the American Psychological Association suggests that developing what they call protective awareness actually reduces anxiety rather than increasing it. It's like building an immune system for your life. You're not constantly worried about germs, but your body knows how to respond when threats appear.
That's such an interesting parallel. The immune system comparison really brings it home.
And here's what's really fascinating. Neuroscience is now backing up these ancient teachings. Studies show that our brains process potential threats from familiar sources differently than obvious dangers, often making us more vulnerable to them.
Speaking of vulnerability, how does this concept apply to our digital privacy? I mean, we share so much information online these days.
The numbers are actually pretty startling. According to recent privacy studies, nearly 60% of personal data breaches occur through social media platforms where we feel most comfortable sharing. It's exactly what ancient wisdom warned about, the danger hiding in plain sight.
That's exactly why we need to rethink our approach to digital security.
You know what's really mind-blowing? Traditional Japanese philosophy has this concept called kokoro, which teaches about maintaining awareness while staying open to connection. Modern cybersecurity experts are now adopting similar principles, creating what they call trust but verify protocols.
Well, that's fascinating. How do these ancient principles translate into practical modern protection?
Studies show that organizations implementing these balanced awareness approaches see a 47% reduction in security incidents. It's about creating what psychologists call mindful boundaries, staying connected while maintaining healthy skepticism.
And I imagine this applies beyond just digital security.
Oh, absolutely. Research from Harvard's social psychology department shows that this principle of unexpected dangers applies to everything from financial decisions to personal relationships. They found that people are 3 times more likely to be deceived by someone they know than by a stranger.
That's quite sobering. How do we maintain healthy relationships while staying aware?
Well, behavioral scientists suggest practicing what they call compassionate awareness, combining ancient wisdom about mindfulness with modern understanding of human psychology. It's about staying present and attentive without becoming suspicious of everyone.
Those sound like powerful tools for navigating our modern world.
And here's what I find most hopeful. Studies show that communities that share information about potential threats while maintaining strong social bonds are 76% more resilient to various types of dangers. It's exactly what ancient wisdom prescribed. Awareness within connection.
That really brings everything full circle, doesn't it?
It does, and it reminds us that while the forms of danger may have changed, the fundamental principles of protection remain the same. Modern research shows that combining ancient wisdom with contemporary knowledge creates the most effective protection against unexpected threats.
Those are some powerful insights to wrap up with. Any final thoughts on balancing awareness and openness?
Well, the data consistently shows that people who maintain what researchers call flexible vigilance, staying alert while remaining engaged with life, report both higher levels of security and greater life satisfaction. It's about finding that sweet spot between awareness and trust, just as ancient wisdom has always taught.